Hello dear learners, today we are going to discuss few of the MCQs from social pharmacy, which was earlier known as health education community pharmacy. We are going to discuss few of the MCQs from communicable diseases part 7. So part 7 question 1 starts with dash amongst the given leads to serious epidemics. Now the given forms of plagues are, like, these are the various forms of plague. So amongst these given forms of plague, which one leads to serious epidemic? So first you need to understand what is an epidemic. So epidemic is nothing but it is a disease which is affecting large number of people or animal. Okay, large, it is a group of people, it is affecting huge population and they are suffering the same disease at the same time. So here it is, like, if you will consider the current example of COVID-19, which is a pandemic. So epidemic is, it is affecting large number of population. And what is pandemic? If the same disease is affecting the large number of population at the same time, if it is worldwide, okay, it is affecting many of the countries, so that epidemic is called as pandemic. So which amongst the given leads to serious epidemic, whether bubonic plague, septicemic plague, pneumonic plague, or none of the above? The correct answer is, it is pneumonic plague. Why? Because pneumonic plague spreads faster due to the droplet infection, and because of which it leads to the serious form of disease, which is a type of, like, which is a epidemic. Next, this here you can see, since this is pneumonic plague, it is confined to the lung, okay, so it is affecting and it is transferable through droplet infection, so it spreads faster. Next question is, prevention and control measures of plague include dash. Now plague prevention and control, first of all you need to understand that plague is an arthropod borne disease. Okay, so prevention and control measures of plague include what amongst these? Whether it is early diagnosis, notification, isolation and disinfection, whether it is control of rodents as well as fleas, whether it is immunization and chemophalanxis, or all of them? The correct answer is, it is all of them. Plague or preventive and control measure includes, since it can spread faster if it is a pneumonic plague, so it is early diagnosis is also essential, notification to health authority, as well as isolating that patient and disinfecting the belongings of that patient, fomites you can call. Then control of rodent as well as fleas is also very essential, because the rat fleas which feed on the rats are responsible for transmission of plague. So the fleas, like rats are the wild rodents, so we need to control the rodents as well as the fleas which feed on the wild rodents. And immunization, yes, plague immunization as well as chemophalanxis of plague with some antibiotics. So all these are the preventive and control measures of plague. Next, as you can see here, see, these are the various measures. This reduction of human intermediate host contact, that is water supply and sanitation. Sanitation is mandatory. Then see here, eliminating the parasite of parasite in human host by chemotherapy like antibiotics. Health education is also very essential. Okay, so all these things are required to control and prevent the plague. Next question is, sexual life cycle of malarial parasite occur in dash. Whether in human, whether in mosquito, whether in animals or plants? The correct answer is, it is mosquito. It is quite obvious that since malarial parasite ka life cycle, there are two stages, like two parts, a sexual life cycle and sexual life cycle. So since it is caused due to malarial parasite, definitely the sexual life cycle is going to be take place in the mosquito rather than the human host, because it's a part like where gametocytes mate, like female and male gametocytes, and they form a zygote and they produce the forms which can infect the humans. So this is sexual life cycle which occurs in the mosquito, as you can see here in the picture. See this gametes mate, they form the zygote. Okay, zygotes, they form the sporozoites. Sporozoites, they enter into the human cell, and then again the asexual life cycle starts. Next question is, closely related nematodes responsible for the group of disease filariasis is called. Now the nematodes which are responsible for filariasis are, whether it is W. bancrofti, whether it is B. malayi, whether it is B. timori, or all of them. The correct answer is it is all of them. So how it is, like see, as you can see here, W. bancrofti is nothing but Wucheria bancrofti, and B. malayi, B. timori is nothing but the Brugia malayi and Brugia timori. Okay, so all these nematodes are responsible for filariasis. Next question is, prevention and control measures of filariasis include. Now again, the preventive and control measures of filariasis, first we need to understand which type of disease it is. So filariasis is nothing but it is again a arthropod borne infection. So here it is early diagnosis and periodic blood examination, then protection from mosquito as well as their destruction, then health education and chemophylaxis, or all of them. The correct answer is it is all of them. Prevention and control measure of filariasis, since it's an arthropod borne infection, yes, definitely mosquitoes are responsible for that. So we need to have a protection from the mosquito through mosquito nets or insect repellents. Then we need to destroy them. Along with that, to reduce the symptoms, or like not to reduce, to diagnose the symptoms, we need to have a periodical examination, as well as health education and chemophylaxis is also very important as far as the prevention and control measures of filariasis are concerned. All these things, like see, health education is important, okay, eliminating the parasite is important, then human intermediate host contact, like reducing the contact is also important. Next question is, signs and symptoms of filariasis include dash, whether it is lymphangitis, elephantitis of scrotum, legs, arms, etc., pulmonary eosinophilia, or all of them. The correct answer is it is all of them. Like here, filariasis, the symptoms you can see here, lymphangitis, elephantitis and pulmonary eosinophilia. You can see here, this is arms, legs and all, like scrotum. So this is elephantitis, okay. This leg, as you can see, its shape has changed the way, so it is kind of swelling which is occurring, so the name is elephantitis. Then next is lymphangitis, so this you can see here, okay, lymph node, lymph vessel, see this one, lymphangitis. Then next is, see, this is pulmonary eosinophilia, increase in the number of WBCs, and see, this is lungs which are getting affected. So the correct answer is it is all of them, lymphangitis as well as elephantitis of arms, legs or scrotum, then pulmonary eosinophilia, etc. Next question is, signs and symptoms of arthropod borne disease do not include, whether it is lymphangitis, elephantitis, eosinophilia, weight loss. The correct answer is it is weight loss. Now there are various signs and symptoms, like fever is also there, okay, muscle weakness is there, fatigue, other symptoms are also there, like these are all confined only to filariasis, but then to weight loss is the characteristic sign and symptom, you can call. Weight loss is a characteristic sign which is not a characteristic of arthropod borne disease, you can say. It is not not a single arthropod borne disease is like wherein weight loss is characteristic sign. Next question is, see, all these are symptoms, okay, that we have discussed in the earlier slide. Next question is, mode of transmission of arthropod borne disease include whether bite of causative agent, contact with the secretions, droplet infection, or all of them. The correct answer is, it is all of them. Yes, now as you can see here, bite of causative agent is nothing but a mosquito, okay, or rat flea. Then contact with the secretions के contact, like the bacteria which is regurgitated in the skin of the human host, okay, that is nothing but contact. Or then droplet infection. In case of droplet infection, you can take the example of pneumonic plague. So all of them, our correct answer is, it is all of them. Okay, see, this is the droplet infection, this is pneumonic plague which spreads through droplet infection, and other various arthropod borne diseases are also there. Next question is, closely related nematodes responsible for the group of disease filariasis are called W. bancrofti, B. malayi, B. timori, or all of them. The correct answer is, it is all of them. Now these were, that earlier question was the causative agents. Now here it is closely related nematodes. So these all are the species which are closely related, like W. bancrofti, B. malayi, B. timori. So with this we finish with few of the MCQs from part 7. Stay tuned for the next part, that is part 8 from the communicable diseases. Thank you.